A silence, a betrayal, a secret meeting in Atlanta. And now, 21 Savage has turned on NBA YoungBoy, and the streets say this ain't just rap beef anymore. It's war. Yes, you heard that right. 21 Savage, one of the most respected, calculated voices in the game, has allegedly cut ties with NBA YoungBoy in the coldest way possible. And the way it's going down. Backchannel warnings, industry pressure, disloyal moves, and an eerie sense that something way bigger is playing out behind the scenes. Because this ain't no lyrical tension. This is a deadly shift in alliances, and fans have already started calling it one of the most dangerous fallouts of 2026. It started with a few cryptic tweets. Then came a missing verse on a song they were both supposed to be on. Then came 21 Savage showing up in the studio with Lil Durk. Now the internet is going crazy. 21 picked a side. Period. YB don't trust nobody, and now we see why. This finna turn ugly. And here's where it gets darker. An insider just leaked an alleged voice memo where 21 Savage speaks on the real reason he couldn't keep rocking with YoungBoy, and let's just say it involves a loyalty test gone wrong, snakes in the circle, and some industry strings being pulled. In this video, we're unpacking every layer of this messy fallout. What caused 21 to turn on YB? Why are fans accusing both of being fake? Who's really behind this beef? And what happens now that bodies are starting to pick sides? This is not just rap. This is real emotions, real betrayal, and real consequences. Welcome to the full breakdown of 21 Savage turns on NBA YoungBoy, and it's getting deadly. Let's get into it. To understand how 21 Savage and NBA YoungBoy went from quiet respect to cold betrayal, we have to rewind the clock, because this wasn't some overnight beef. This was pressure built over time, layer by layer, until the trust collapsed. Let's take it back to late 2022, when both artists were arguably at the peak of their own lanes. YoungBoy had just dropped his Realer 2 tape and was fresh off a string of YouTube wins. Despite legal troubles, house arrest, and being one of the most polarizing names in rap, his fanbase was untouchable, rabid, loyal, ready to ride. Meanwhile, 21 Savage was gearing up to drop Her Loss with Drake, solidifying himself as one of the most strategic chess players in hip-hop. No random beefs, no reckless energy. Just calculated moves, billboard numbers, and alliances that kept him above the noise. That's what made their quiet friendship so surprising. Because 21 and YB, on the surface, they didn't move the same. One lived online, raw, unfiltered. The other stayed silent, played the long game. But behind closed doors, there was mutual respect. The Atlanta link-up sources close to both camps say that in late 2022, 21 and YoungBoy met up privately in Atlanta. No cameras, just a small studio team and a couple of trusted producers. They vibed instantly, one engineer told us. YB came in with all that raw pain and heat, and 21 was just nodding, smiling. You could tell he respected the energy. The two allegedly recorded 2 unreleased tracks that night, one called Permanent Pressure, the other Chop Talk. Neither song ever dropped. One of the engineers posted and quickly deleted an Instagram story with a blurred-out snippet captioned, "Historic night, something deadly cooking." Fans caught it instantly and began anticipating a full-on tape. The streets wanted a YoungBoy x 21 collab like they'd wanted a Cole x Kendrick album, rare, real, raw, but just as fast as the rumors picked up, everything went quiet. No snippets, no announcements, no shoutouts. Just silence. Then came the first red flag. The slow unfollow in February 2023. Eagle-eyed fans noticed 21 Savage unfollowed NBA YoungBoy on Instagram. No warning, no drama, just gone. YB still followed 21 at the time, but that didn't last long. A few days later, he unfollowed back and tweeted, "I trust none of these industry clowns." Fans started connecting the dots. They unfollowed each other? Something happened? Nah, that's not random. They was just in the studio. You know YB only talks in codes. That tweet was heat. The speculation ramped up again when 21 appeared on a Lil Durk feature just 2 months later. The verse that changed everything, the song Oppie Nights, was a gritty street anthem Durk teased on his story, featuring a cold, calculated verse from 21. One line stood out. "Won't link with them boys who send disses in caps / ain't no real steppers behind all that yap." The internet exploded. Bro, that's 1000% about YB. He's saying YoungBoy's fans talk tough online but don't back it in real life. 21 chose a side. OTF over never broke again. At first, 21 said nothing. He didn't respond to fan tags, didn't clear up rumors, just let the smoke linger. But his silence, that was loud. Because everybody knows if you drop a verse with Dirk while beef between YB and OTF is at its peak, you're making a statement. And the streets heard it. The energy switches not long after. YoungBoy dropped a freestyle on IG Live over a random beat. He never named names, but the tone was unmistakable. I thought you was solid, now you movin' like a hoe/switch up for a verse, for a post, for a show. You let them boys gas you, now you a tool/used to be a savage, now you industry's fool. Subtle. Sure, but anyone tapped into the beef knew who he was talking about. YB fans began going at 21 hard on Twitter. Savage a snake FR. YB made you hot again and you fold for the industry. This ain't chess, this is betrayal. Meanwhile, 21's camp stayed tight-lipped, but he started showing up more often with Dirk-affiliated artists. He liked a few of Lil Baby's posts, commented fire under Dirk's new track, and was even spotted at an OTF-hosted pop-up in Atlanta. The message, clear. Private conversations leak in July 2023. A voice memo surfaced, allegedly from someone in 21's circle, talking to a DJ on a private call. You can hear the voice say, "YB too messy, bro. You can't build long-term if your name always in some war s." 21 had to make a decision. It was loyalty or legacy. He chose wisely. That quote hit hard, and it opened up a bigger question. Was 21 Savage playing chess this whole time? Some insiders believe he saw aligning with YoungBoy as too risky, especially with labels, Spotify execs, and media partners starting to blacklist controversial artists behind the scenes. YB got the numbers, yeah, said one anonymous A&R, but 21's trying to get to mogul status. You can't bring a bomb into the boardroom. Meanwhile, YB's side was heating up. Pressure from the family. In one of his rare lives, YoungBoy's cousin BBG Baby Joe went off. Ain't no more love for 21. That boy fake. Bro gave him his respect and he switched up like a hoe. It's up. BBG then alleged that 21 ran into someone from YB's circle in Houston and dipped early. He didn't name names, but said, "You know who you saw. You ain't want no problems, just clout." The fans were eating it up. TikToks popped up left and right titled, 21 Savage scared to face NBA's crew. Why 21 isn't safe in Baton Rouge, Savage folding under pressure, emotions running high. All of this, the unfollows, the verse, the silence, the subliminals, stirred up real emotions. Not just among fans, but between entire cities. Atlanta versus Baton Rouge, industry versus independence. Calculated moves versus raw emotion. And the center of it all, 21 Savage versus NBA YoungBoy. What started as respect turned into distance. What turned into distance became disrespect. And what became disrespect was about to turn into something deadly, because in the betrayal goes public. A collab gets canceled mid-rollout. A voice memo from YB drops and someone close to 21 starts talking too much. Stay locked in, it's about to get real. So by now the energy's off. The collab tapes are shelved, the subtle shots are stacking up. But of this drama, everything gets loud. No more cryptic tweets, no more behind-the-scenes rumors. This is where the betrayal hits center stage and the whole rap world starts choosing sides. Because what happens next? It doesn't just expose 21 Savage's move, it reveals a power play that shook YoungBoy to his core, and fans, they went absolutely feral. The collab that never came, it all started with a leak. In August 2023, an Atlanta-based engineer posted a blurry studio photo with the caption, "Man, if y'all knew what we just lost. Crazy session, scrapped for politics." The comments exploded. Was this about 21 and YB? Is that Metro Studio? Scrapped? What happened? 2 days later, another producer posted a beat snippet, tagging it with "Number Murder Season Vaulted." The beat matched an unreleased track fans had heard months ago during a YB live. One fans believed was part of his secret tape with 21 Savage. It didn't take long for the dots to connect. The Murder Season tape was real, it was almost done. And then 21 pulled out. An insider from YB's camp confirmed to Candidly Cassie, it was politics, label heat, industry pressure, the streets too. 21 ain't wanna risk what he's building long-term, but what really hurt YB, they was already deep into it. Timelines, artwork, everything. That betrayal cut deep. NBA YoungBoy responds, "Thought you was solid." Less than a week after the leak, YoungBoy went live again, but this time from the Never Broke Again YouTube page, not IG. Sitting in his studio, hoodie pulled low, surrounded by candles and guns in the background, YB spoke directly to the camera. his voice low, his energy cold. Some NS switch up cause they scared of what real love bring. Thought you was solid but you folded like a napkin. Then he stared at the camera for a full 10 seconds. Don't speak on loyalty if your price is a playlist. Boom, fans knew. Yup, that's about 21. YB basically calling 21 a sellout. This about that Apple deal ain't it? And here's where it gets crazy. Right after that live, YB dropped a surprise track on YouTube titled Savage No More. The chorus. He was my dog / now he just industry's pet / posted in suits / I'm posted with death. The comments section blew up. YB not holding back now. This ain't subliminal anymore. He's naming energy. 21 about to feel pressure. And while 21 Savage stayed silent, his circle, they started making noise. 21's manager LEAKS texts the next day. An Atlanta blogger named Trapette Talks posted a screenshot from an alleged group chat between 21 Savage's manager and another industry insider. The text, 21 ain't finna lose it all over YB, buddy too reckless, that beef energy ain't worth platinum plaques. The blogger claimed the screenshot came from a music executive afterparty group chat, and fans immediately ran with it. So it was calculated. They scared YB's energy would mess with sponsorships. This why the industry feel fake. And in response, YB's sister Teely went off on Twitter. Y'all pick dollars over honor, cool, but don't ever spin it like we changed. We ain't the ones deleting verses and asking for clearance refunds. Yup, you read that right. Clearance refunds. Allegedly, 21's team requested to have his verse removed from one of YB's unreleased songs. That's industry speak for, cut me out before this gets messy. And that's exactly how it played out. The fans go to war now with both artists fully passive-aggressively activated. The fans went crazy. Team YB started trending hashtags like #YB not industry #21, folded Savage Snake. TikTok creators made explainer videos like, here's how 21 Savage betrayed NBA YoungBoy in 4 steps. YB really gave this man a shot and he fumbled for brunch meetings. Some YB fans even started burning 21 Savage merch live on stream. No joke, clips went viral with titles like, he took the easy road, he's a fake savage now. We only support the trenches, not the boardroom. On the flip side, 21's fans clapped back. Bro tried to save his life and career, YB always in drama. This ain't betrayal, it's evolution. 21 chose peace and business, YB chose chaos. One fan even tweeted, if you mad that 21 don't wanna collab with someone who lives on house arrest and disses the dead weekly, you the problem. That post got reposted by Meek Mill. Suddenly this wasn't just 21 versus YB. It was industry versus independence. Calculated growth versus raw loyalty. Business moves versus street codes. BACKDOR allegations. Then came the most explosive moment yet. A voice memo leaked on Discord, allegedly from a member of NBA's camp, claiming that 21 Savage was warned about YB before the collab ever started. The voice, distorted but clear, says, they told him don't mess with YB unless you ready to ride for real. This ain't promo energy. 21 said he was with it. Then he flipped. Now he's saying we too wild, too loud. Nah bro, you knew. It ended with, ain't no in between, you with us or you a snake. That memo went viral on Reddit and Twitter, and one IG story changed everything. YoungBoy posted, they was warned, they chose clout. Now it's pressure, and once again, 21 Savage said nothing. The industry begins to divide as the pressure built. Industry players began quietly picking sides. Some producers unfollowed YB. Others reposted 21's piece over beef quotes. Some engineers allegedly pulled out of NBA-related sessions, fearing blowback. Even blogs started hesitating. Candidly, Cassie said in her live, y'all don't understand. When someone like 21 backs out, the industry listens. That makes YB radioactive. But Vaughn's cousin, Bennett, tweeted, ain't nothing more cowardly than pulling out after you got what you wanted. That's why the real ones move in silence. And fans agreed. YB got the trenches, 21 got the boardroom. Let's see who lasts longer in this game. What's next? By the end of this fallout, the songs were gone, the collab was dead. And two of the realest voices in rap were now on opposite ends of the map. And here's the twist, there's more to the story. Someone unexpected steps into the middle of this beef. A third voice that no one saw coming. A leaked video flips the narrative, and fans are forced to question, was this beef real, or was someone playing both sides from the start? Stay locked in, it only gets crazier. You thought it was just 21 Savage turning on NBA YoungBoy. You thought this was black and white, loyalty versus betrayal. Nah, this part right here, this is where things get ugly. Because while fans were busy picking sides between 21 and YB, a third player was quietly manipulating both. And once the leaked video dropped, everything changed. The video that shook the streets late at night, a private Discord server that tracks unreleased rap music dropped a link labeled YBX21 collab session, unseen footage, watch fast. It only stayed up for 14 minutes before getting removed. But it was already screen recorded, reposted, and broken down on YouTube within the hour. What was on the footage? A behind-the-scenes clip from their 2022 Atlanta studio session, the one everyone thought was peaceful. But this video told a different story. At first, it's chill, YB freestyling, 21 nodding along, producer Wheezy in the back texting. Then the energy shifts. In the background, you hear someone say, "I did Dirk know y'all in here cookin' like this?" The camera jerks slightly and you hear YB respond, "Man, I don't care what no end think. If it's pressure, let it be pressure." Then 21 turns around, dead serious, and says, "You wild bro, that's why they be scared to touch you." YB smiles, but it's tight. "You scared too," and that's where it cuts. The SDRETS start talking. That one moment, the tension in the room had fans shook. This session wasn't cool. There was already friction. 21 didn't look scared, he looked strategic. Someone behind that camera was starting S on purpose. And then the theories dropped. Who was filming that session? A small-time videographer named Keem who used to work for both camps. He's bounced between Never Broke Again and Slaughter Gang filming BTS content. And here's the kicker. Right after the fallout started, Keem posted a cryptic tweet that most people missed. A chessboard got 64 squares and more than 2 kings. No likes, no replies, just vibes. But once the video leaked, Keem's tweet blew up. Is Keem the one that played both sides? Did he instigate the fallout from the inside? He filmed that energy shift and sat on it for months. And suddenly, the beef wasn't just about 21 turning on YB. It was about someone making sure they did. KEM exposed, you were never just the camera guy. Within days, fans unearthed old IG lives where Keem could be heard joking about both artists. In one clip from early 2023, Keem is on a live with a friend talking about how rappers get too emotional. He says, "These boys got millions and still act like kids. All it takes is a whisper and they throwing subs online," then laughs and says, "Y'all don't even know the half of it. I could really start a war with a Dropbox." Boom, that one quote went viral. He had footage, he had access. He knew. Keem weaponized the collab session. He set the table and let them destroy each other. 21 Savage finally breaks silence after weeks of staying silent. 21 finally spoke, but not in a tweet or an interview. He dropped a verse on a surprise feature with Metro Boomin on a song called Dead Signals. The bar said he savage but switched on the bros / "Nah lil boy, I just peeped how you fold / talking tough when the camera on / but whisper when it's time to go toe to toe." Fans instantly speculated. Is this 21 addressing YB? Is he blaming the camera guy? Why didn't he say all this sooner? Then Metro posted a photo with the caption, "Loyalty been a luxury since 2020. Now it's just currency." Cryptic. Cold, calculated. NBAYOUNGBOY responds, "I'm done being the target." In classic YB fashion, he didn't do a press run. He dropped a YouTube video titled "No More Kings." A 3-minute solo freestyle filmed in his garage, no hook, just bars. One of the verses hit hard. "They sent a man with a lens to split the pen / said he was crew, but he worked for them / turned brotherhood to a trend / now I'm alone, real till the end." Fans flooded the comments. He talking about Keem 100%, so both 21 and YB got played? Damn, this deeper than beef. Some even began calling for a reunion between the two, claiming they were both victims of industry manipulation. But the damage already done. The industry whispers begin now that Keem was being framed as the camera op who caused chaos. Whispers started flying. Bloggers started saying Keem had ties to Atlantic Records, possibly selling BTS content for leverage over artists. Trapette Talks dropped a video titled, "The Man Behind the Curtain, How One Cameraman Split 21 and YB." In the video, she reveals, Keem was flown to NYC by a major label weeks before the leak. He allegedly signed an NDA regarding sensitive visual content. He deleted all photos with 21 and YB after the leak went viral. Theories flooded Reddit. Was this beef manipulated to control their release schedules? Did the label want them split so they couldn't move as a unit? Is there a third album deal involved? And then, the unthinkable. Leaked emails shut IT down. A hacker group known for leaking label emails posted a screenshot from what they claimed was a confidential Atlantic Records chain. The message: "We need to control the YB/21 narrative. That footage can't circulate. Any assets tied to Keem's Dropbox must be seized." Was it real? No way to confirm, but fans didn't care. They ran with it. Suddenly, the story wasn't 21 versus YoungBoy. It was YoungBoy versus the machine. And 21, caught in the middle. The true twist: WHO profited. All this drama, all this heat, all these tears and tensions. But who gained? Some said labels, since the split allowed both artists to drop solo projects instead of a joint tape, more streams, less profit sharing. Others said Keem, who allegedly signed a docuseries deal based on his behind-the-scenes access. And some fans said, we all lost. That collab would have changed the game. Where do they stand now? In the latest development, YB has unfollowed everyone except a few core crew. 21 has wiped his IG clean. No posts. Keem has gone completely dark. Social media gone. The Murder Season tape is confirmed permanently shelved, and yet the pain in their bars. Still talking, the respect, maybe not dead, but buried beneath layers of betrayal, silence, and manipulation. But now the question is, was this beef even real, or was it all engineered for control, for money, for fear? It's not just about who's beefing, it's about who's watching it happen and pulling the strings. The fallout begins. People start disappearing. 21 makes a final statement. And YB drops a verse that might just ignite everything again. You don't want to miss what's coming next, because this story ain't over, not by a long shot. After the leaked footage, cryptic verses, and the expose on Keem blew up the internet, the drama between 21 Savage and NBA YoungBoy had already evolved into something way bigger than rap. It's not just about betrayal. It's about what happens after the masks fall off. Because with the world watching, nobody is safe, and the consequences, they've already begun. Let's break down the fallout. The first silence immediately after the docuseries rumors broke that Keem had signed a six-figure deal with a streaming platform to release never-before-seen rap industry footage. Everybody went ghost. Keem, gone, socials wiped, number disconnected. 21 Savage, no shows, no tweets, no interviews. YoungBoy, still in Utah but now completely off-grid, no lives, no YouTube drops, nothing. Fans started speculating. Why the sudden silence? Was Keem threatened? Is this deeper than we thought? On Reddit, a verified A&R source claimed that Keem was being pressured legally to hand over unreleased content that implicated high-level industry ties. Whether true or not, the timing was chilling. The studio raid just when things started to cool. Reports surfaced that Keem's shared studio space in Atlanta was raided, allegedly by private security, not police. The studio's landlord confirmed. Some guys in suits came in, said they were retrieving protected assets. They didn't say who they were with. Fans immediately pointed fingers. That was a label cleanup. They deleting everything. This is YBS surviving the industry moment. And what's even wilder? That studio is where 21 Savage was last seen. The mysterious unreleased track in the middle of the chaos, a mysterious MP3 link started circulating in private Telegram groups titled Murder Season Final Mix Unreleased YBX21 track. The song wasn't confirmed by either artist, but the voices were unmistakable, and one verse had fans losing their minds. From 21 Savage: "Thought he was a brother, now I see the strings/industry puppet, or a king with no wings/he act loud for the net, but he quiet in the room/I keep a silence that speak louder than boom." And from YB: "All these cameras ain't real, they distortion/say they for me, but the moves feel forced in/said Savage, but he dressed for awards then/I still walk round with my heart in a coffin." If legit, this track may have been the final product of their shelved collab tape. One that got buried in politics, betrayal, and fear. And the track ends with dead silence. No fade out, just a cold, haunting cutoff, as if to say it's done. 21 Savage SBEAKS, sort of. On September 15, 2026, fans spotted 21 Savage at a private listening event in LA for his artist's new EP. Someone in the crowd shouted, "Where's the YB tape?" 21 didn't flinch, but one attendee claimed he looked straight at the person and said, "Some music ain't meant to be heard when too many eyes are watching." The room allegedly went quiet. And later that night, 21 posted a black and white photo on IG, just him in front of a chessboard. Caption: "I don't fold, I calculate." No tags, no hashtags, just that. NBA YoungBoy, the final warning, and then finally YB returned. Not on IG, not on YouTube, on Triller, his favorite low-key app where he drops Lucy's when he wants to be seen. In a 1-minute clip, he sits on his porch, rocking back and forth. He says nothing for 30 seconds, then this: "You could have called me, you chose cameras, you chose silence, I chose pain. And pain don't fold." He stares into the lens. Ain't no more forgiveness, ain't no more verses, and if they watching, good, watch me win anyway. Then the video cuts. The industry splits following the post. Everyone started reacting. Rappers either stayed quiet or picked subtle sides. Lil Durk liked 21's chessboard photo. Kodak Black posted YBS Triller to his story with the caption, "100 points." Meek Mill tweeted, "Too much talking in this game. Cameras be louder than the streets now." But the fans, fully divided. Twitter Spaces turned into YB versus 21 debate rooms. TikToks broke down who started it, who fumbled, and who benefited. Some believed this whole thing was a marketing stunt gone wrong. Others believed real damage was done and we'd never see these two in the same room again, let alone on the same track. And just when you thought it couldn't get deeper, a family member steps forward. YB's older brother, OG33, did a surprise IG live. He said, "This ain't just no music fallout. Y'all don't even see the people pushing buttons behind them boys, but know this, we watching everything, and ain't nobody safe from the karma they built." Then he added, "If you play with the voice, don't act surprised when the echo come back louder." Fans were shook. Was he suggesting revenge? Was he confirming manipulation? Or was he just protecting his brother's legacy? Either way, the message was clear. Lines have been drawn and bridges have been burned. The unspoken truth in the weeks since: no new music from either artist has dropped. No collabs, no statements, no appearances together, but behind the scenes. Sources say 21 Savage has increased security. YBS camp has gone fully off-grid, and Keem allegedly left the country. What started as a rap dream tape, a chance to bring together the aggression of Baton Rouge and the precision of ATL, ended in digital destruction, heartbreak, and shattered alliances. And fans are left asking, who was really the villain? Was it 21 for folding? Was it Keem for instigating? Or was the whole industry complicit in tearing down something that was never supposed to be this toxic? And just like that, what started as whispers of a collab between two of the most respected forces in the rap game, 21 Savage and NBA YoungBoy, turned into one of the most explosive, emotional, and mysterious fallouts we've seen in years. From the shelved murder season tape, to the studio footage that flipped everything, to the betrayal, the leaks, the silence, and the final warnings, this wasn't just rap beef. This was a case study in loyalty, pressure, manipulation, and survival. 21 Savage played it cool, calculated, cold. NBA YoungBoy stayed raw, unfiltered, fearless, but somewhere in the middle, the industry pulled strings, and fans, y'all watched it all unfold in real time. Now the future of any reunion between these two, looking like it's gone forever. But here's the question we want to ask you. Backhand index pointing right: was 21 Savage wrong for backing away? Backhand index pointing right: did YoungBoy push too hard and scare him off? Backhand index pointing right: or was this all orchestrated by someone else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we're reading all of them. Whose side are you on? Pushpin who betrayed who? Pushpin, and should the murder season tape ever be released? Fire smash that like button if you believe loyalty still matters. Brain hit subscribe if you love getting the real street stories that other channels won't break down. Bell turn on notifications, cause we got more leaks, breakdowns, and untold truths dropping every week. This was the full story of 21 Savage versus NBA YoungBoy and how it got deadly. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and never forget, in this game, silence speaks louder than bars. 100 microphone broken, number Team YB or number Team 21, sound off below.